Hey everybody, it's Chase with AVA Pop Culture again, and today we are back to do our monthly review and rankings of everything that I got in my Vinegar Syndrome subscriber package, as well as everything that I bought along with it with the subscriber discount. So we are going to review and rank everything that I got and that I watched, so you can decide if they are something that you want to get, and maybe subscribing is for you. We're going to do this each month. This is the first haul, so pop that tape in. I got you. Let's go do this. All right, so this is everything. I promised you guys when I did this year-long subscriber journey that each month we would do an unboxing. I would show you everything that I got that came with the subscriber package, and then I would show you everything that I bought along with it each month with my subscriber discount, which is pretty substantial on a lot of things. Their partner labels, all that. And then I'm just going to review and rank everything together. I will make a special note of whether or not it came with the subscriber package so that you guys know the difference between the two. But I'm going to rank everything together, do a little short review on each one, and we're going to get one of these each month. We're going to get an unboxing each month, and then I'll probably individually review some. Like I did an individual review this month for Virtuosity. I did a live stream commentary review with Pop Culture Mass and Brian from The Last Movie Standing for Iced, so you guys can check that out too. But this is kind of everything. And I watched all these all in a couple of cases. I watched them more than one time. And just remember with these rankings, this is not going to be just based on like how good the picture is, because that's not fair. I'm going to take that into consideration maybe, but you got to understand some things are just not going to be apples to oranges. If they do a 4K VSU, that's probably going to be better than something like Ice that they had to do from a VHS transfer. So we got to kind of take that out and just kind of a whole package of what I think of everything. And let's just jump right into it. Now, a couple of these had more than one thing on each package, so keep that in mind too. Like my number 10 at the bottom of the list for this month is a movie that came in this package right here. This is a 3-movie pack. And for me, number 10, the clear bottom of the list was Demon Witch Child. And this movie is just, it's like a take on The Exorcist. And, you have a child. Basically, though, what the movie, it becomes just this possessed girl just kind of shouting obscenities. And them talking about her shouting obscenities. There is a ridiculous scene where they try to do the Exorcist thing where Linda Blair's head turns around, except for they try to make her whole torso turn around. And you can see where the two films are like overlap to try to create this effect. So the bottom is stationary and but you see the crossfade between the two. It's absolutely crazy as shit. But she just shouts obscenities. The score is just blaring and overpowering. There wasn't much redeeming to me at all. There's 3 movies on here. It was clearly at the bottom for that. So, Demon Witch Child, one that I would not have bought probably definitely not if I didn't have this. But it came on this 3-pack. So, you're gambling on a couple of movies there being good. But definitely not for me was Demon Witch Child. Now, next on the list is another one that's in a 2-pack. So this is a 2-pack that has The Seventh Curse and Witch from Nepal. Now, at number 9 on the list is Witch from Nepal. This movie had some... If I really thought about this one, I could maybe bump it up a little bit more. It's another one that is extremely score heavy. They go long stretches without speaking at all. And there's not an English dub track on this. You can get it in, I think it's Cantonese or Mandarin. I can't remember for sure. But I tried, but it has very cultural specific music in a lot of things that just drones on and on and on. Now, towards the end, you get some cool like horror movie stuff with people kind of coming up. Almost looks like graveyard scenes, people coming up out of the grave. You get some action stuff, all that kind of stuff. So the end kind of redeems it a little bit more. It could maybe have pushed it up over the next one on the list. But I'm comfortable leaving The Witch from the Paw here. It isn't like horrible. You could have fun with it if you watched it with a group. But is it nearly as good as the other film in this package? But so for me, The Witch from the Paw comes in at number 9. The picture looks great. The picture looked as good on this movie here too, Demon Witch Child, as you could possibly hope for. But just comes in at number 9 for me. It just wasn't the thing for me. And then the next one on the list at number 8 is a partner label one, and this is Paul Schrader's The Canyons. And this one's famous for having Lindsay Lohan completely nude. I knew this movie because a friend of mine, Tennille, plays a big role in this movie. She also starred in my movie Creature Feature. So, I'm like, it's Paul Schrader. I know Tennille. Like, I've known Tennille now for 10, 11 years. She had done this, and then she did our movie, my movie Creature Feature. And, so you got Paul Schrader in here. You've got Lindsay Lohan. You've got the adult film stars in here. But the movie I've seen this movie now probably 3 times in my life. And I still struggle really to tell you what the hell it's about. Of course, it looks fine. It's a contemporary shot film. It's a Blu-ray. It's not a 4K. I don't hate this artwork as much as some people hate this artwork, but I don't know. I just don't get the movie. You're going to get some gratuitous nudity, though, out of it, so that redeems the value, I guess, maybe a little bit. But, man, there's just some trippy, weird stuff, and it's slow, and then it just, I don't know. I can't recommend you buy The Canyons. I got this subscriber. Now, these other 2 on the list were part of the subscriber sale. I should say that. They were part of my subscriber package. This 3 and 2 pack were part of the subscriber package. This was not part of the subscriber package. This is a partner label. I think I paid I want to say it's either $12.49 or $13.49 for this, I think, with subscriber. So, it's in the collection. Friend of mine's in it. You got Lindsay Lohan nude. It's Paul Schrader. It's in the collection. Comes in at number 8. Now, at number 7 on this list is a 4K restoration, but the movie just is not my kind of movie, and I'm talking about Deranged. Now, there's nothing wrong with this movie. It's based on the serial killer. You've got some gruesome scenes. I covered this in another list video of crazy over-the-top 70s horror movie films. And it's Deranged Confessions of a Necrophile. And, you got this guy that loses it after his overbearing mother dies. So you definitely have the psycho-inspired stuff. He digs her back out of her coffin, keeps her in the house. He starts killing other women, keeping them in the house till they decay. The house is decaying. He just goes batshit crazy. It has Texas Chainsaw Massacre vibes. It has Psycho vibes because they're partly maybe based along the same serial killer. They did great restoration work on here for this 4K. It's loaded with features, so they stacked it up. They always do quality. They don't miss on their 4K restoration work. They don't cut corners and just do scans. They always restore stuff and make it the best it can be. This is the best you're ever going to see this movie look. It's just not one I see myself watching again and again because it's gruesome and heavy to me. It's not my kind of cup of tea for horror, but it is a great release, looks good, all that kind of stuff. They did a great job on it. Just for me, I like other types of films in this month much better. So Deranged, despite the quality of the restoration and the kind of notoriety or infamy of the film, it comes in for me down a little more towards the bottom half for this month. This was in the subscriber package. So this isn't one that I purchased separate. This was in the subscriber package. So Deranged comes in at number 7. Now, at number 6 on the list is one that didn't come in the subscriber package either. I got it for 50% off, so I paid like $17.49, I want to say, for this. And I am talking about Street Trash. Love the artwork. This is like a remake, original. Like, now, what I really love about this movie, this is another one that I watched a few times, and I really have a hard time. Other than them wanting to melt the rich people and stuff like that, I have a hard time telling you really what the movie's about, and it just throws you into it. And if you want to see a lot of naked dudes, you want to see some dick. Like, that's it. That you can find that in this movie. Some dangling, and you're going to see some people melting. You have some awesome practical effects, though. The practical effects are just badass, old school, awesome practical effects. I'm not sure why, because this was just recently made, and it was shot on, I want to say it was shot on 35 millimeter film. Yeah, 35 millimeter Technoscope. I don't know why they didn't finish this in 4K. Why they did not, why they wouldn't have made this a 4K. I really don't, because it's obviously they could have just scanned it in 4K because the film was brand new. So I don't know if they plan a 4K down the line. I don't know if there was some other problem with that. They don't typically release a Blu-ray to release a 4K later. So very interesting choice on that. The movie's just kind of weird and all over the place for me, and there's a lot of social commentary and satire and all that. It's one that I will definitely revisit, probably multiple times, to kind of dig out stuff. But I mean, it also kind of serves as almost like somebody's acid trip, kind of, in this movie. But just great, gruesome practical effects. You win my heart with the practical effects that are throwback and are that badass. You're filming nowadays with 35 millimeter film. I am not sad that I bought this. There just happens to be, I like a lot of movies from this month. So like this one, probably in another month, it might have come up higher. But for this month, and the fact that for some reason they didn't do a 4K kind of throws me a little bit. I also feel like maybe it would have been good to include this one for the subscribers, because really with the subscribers, you just got the 3-pack, the 2-pack, and Deranged. That's all the subscribers got. Everything else had to be purchased separately. So it would have been nice to throw this one in, but I'm glad I have it, and I got it at a good price. I would recommend picking this one up. I would recommend picking this one up if you haven't. I think just for the practical effects, you're going to dig those. You're going to dig the practical effects 100%, if nothing else. And you appreciate the fact something new was shot on film. That's pretty damn cool, too. So I recommend Street Trash. Pick it up. It comes in on my list at number 6. Now, back to number 5. We got to go back to one of these packs, and it's in this 3-pack here, which, by the way, this artwork, absolutely incredible all the way around, representing these 3 movies. You slide it off, you got even more incredible artwork. I'm talking incredible artwork. Then you slide it down, you got that artwork over again there. But coming in here at number 5 on the list for this particular one is The Vampire's Night Orgy. Now, despite the name, there is no orgy in the movie. This woman is in the movie, and there is nudity in the movie, but there is no orgy. It's kind of like an orgy of blood and evilness kind of thing. There's something really, it's a 70s film. There's something really unsettling about this movie. So you have a group of travelers, and they're like in South America or whatever it is, and they kind of get off the beaten track, and they pull into this small town off of this main road. They go down this side road into like the mountainous area, and they pull in, and this small town is there, and there's people there, but not very many people. There's only like a couple of people working at the inn sort of place. And it's just very creepy from the moment you get there. It just, like, the movie puts you at a very like odd, uncomfortable atmospheric feeling. It oozes atmosphere. And these travelers are trying to like fix their bus that they're traveling in and go on down the line. And you know, like something is up right away. It's one of those things where you know something is wrong immediately before the people in the movie do. So it really creates this intense ticking time bomb situation because you know something is wrong. And then it gets that whole like creepy atmospheric like evil town where everybody's in on it thing that I kind of like, where the evil's just below the surface. And in this case, everybody in the town is evil because everybody in the town is a vampire. And I'm not spoiling it, you're going to get that really quick. But these people, are they going to survive? Are they going to get out of there? And did they wander in? Is this place, does it exist in our own world? Or did they slip between dimensions somehow? Did they slip between the veil, between our reality and the next reality? And are they going to survive this? You're going to get vampires that some places feel almost more like zombie attacks. You're going to get some low-grade hidden cannibalism because maybe they're feeding these people meat that isn't exactly ham while they're there in order to get them to stay. You're going to get, you know, some nudity. You're going to get some sexual situation. You're going to get a few laughs too, but there's so much atmosphere pressing down on you, just waiting on what's going to happen to these people, that it's kind of unsettling. It's very, very unsettling. And the end of the film makes it even more unsettling. I liked it. It's very weird, somewhat off-putting, makes you a little uncomfortable, but that's part of the vibes on it. That's part of the vibes. So Vampires Night Orgy comes in at number 5. Now, at number 4, and again, listen, I mean, these are as best they're going to be quality-wise. They restored them. They got them on the Blu-ray. They're the best they're going to get. All right. And then at number 4, we got to go back to the 2-pack here because I really liked The Seventh Curse. This movie was pretty fun. Again, now this one had an English dub track that you could watch. And I didn't watch it with the dub track, though, but I do think it has a dub track. This one has Chow Yun-Fat in it, if I'm not mistaken. But that's not even the point. It feels like watching an old 80s horror movie, an old US 80s horror movie, with the practical effects they have in here. Now, it does bring in some of the mysticism, the witchiness, the cursed kind of thing. It brings that in, but it felt like watching a B-80s horror movie in America to me, with the practical effects, the obligatory like boob shots and naked girls getting wet in water and stuff like that, and you know, fog and the effects. Like, this one was just a lot more fun for me. Like, you got your blue lightning, you got some blue lightning in the other one too towards the end, but you got your blue lightning, all that kind of stuff. I dug this one a lot. Like, this is one that I will definitely watch again. This is one I would like to watch with friends, and the quality on these two is top notch quality on these two. Yeah, it is this one with the English dub track. I actually watched both of these more than one time. And the second time, though, like with Witch from Nepal, my wife's like, turn that down. Because, like, again, the score was overpowering. It's not like, this feels like much more of a mainstream movie to me. The Seventh Curse feels like a bigger budget, bigger film to me. And I just had a lot of fun watching it. Definitely will watch this one again. There's like a scene where where the guy's cursing this guy and he dumps like this powder on him, and it launches into one of the coolest ass practical effects makeup scene that you've seen. This, like, it reminded me a little bit of Raiders of the Lost Ark, where they open the ark and the guy melts, except for it's done more straight on in camera and doesn't cut away like very much. Very practical effect. Loved it. Beautiful woman in here too. Absolutely gorgeous. Constantly a bathing beauty in the water. Pops up a couple times. This movie was fun. I really liked it. I will definitely watch The Seventh Curse again. This is not one I would be sad to have bought if I blind bought it. So I think I would recommend this one if you haven't picked it up. I would recommend this one. If nothing else, for this film right here, you're going to get this one along with it at a good price. And these are quality. It is a nice set here. You're going to have some fun with this. You're going to have fun with both of them if you watch them with some friends and just, let go. But The Seventh Curse feels much more like a bigger movie to me, and I really enjoyed it. So it comes in at number 4 on the list. Now, number 3 on the list is by far the biggest budget movie here. It is also by far the best restoration, pristine, most extra features, packaging. I'm, of course, talking about the VSU of Virtuosity. So while this was not included in the subscriber package, I had to have the VSUs. I'm a sucker for the VSUs. I'm going to buy every single one of them. This one is incredible. I love it. I did a standalone review for this, so I'm not going to spend a ton of time. You guys can check that out if you want to. Denzel, Russell Crowe. Russell Crowe playing basically like an evil Max Headroom that has the personality of 150 serial killers shoved into him, who is reckless, weird, crazy artificial intelligence creation come to life, run amok. Very pertinent for today. Very, very much a topical thing still now today. Denzel Washington, Kelly Lynch, a host of others in here with Russell Crowe. You get you've got your sci-fi elements, you got your cop going after the bad guy, you've got your science run amok. It's all here. I don't understand the hate for this. This is a fun movie. It's a Paramount release. You're going to see more Paramount coming from Vinegar Syndrome. I dig it, man. Some people don't like the color. This feels very much like the mid-90s, late 90s. Every time they did something scientific and futuristic, it was very desaturated, very cold, steel, blue, green color palette. That's what they did. But you're still going to see color on display with the 4K, like when he goes into the nightclub and you got neon lights and lasers and all that shit everywhere. It's a good performance. It's fun, man. I don't understand the hate for this movie. I highly recommend get the VSU while you can. It's like $45, I think, $45. The standard version may be eventually only going to be $10 less than that, but you get a whole booklet with this. You get this beautiful packaging, all this extra work. It's loaded with features. What else do you want? I just happen to have had more fun watching the next 2 movies, but like overall, best movie, right? Biggest budget, best restoration, best packaging. But the amount of fun I had with the other 2, just jumps them up there for me. So, but I love this. Like, this is just totally subjective. Like at this point, just things that I had fun with, recommended. But I recommend everything in my top 6. I recommend that you get for sure. I recommend that you get, and 9 and 10 are going to come with some of the others because it's going to be in a 2-pack or a 3-pack movie. So, the only thing I would say don't buy on this list is the Canyons, and Deranged is just not for me, so I can't really readily recommend that either. But Virtuosity comes in this month at number 3. I wish they would do VSUs 4 times a year, like every quarter, right? But I guess we're only going to get 3. I love it. All right, let me put that here. All right, coming in at number 2 on the list, Iced. Oh, man, Jeff was here. This shit was so much fun. I did a full live stream live commentary on my boy Jason's Pop Culture Mass, Movie Mass channel at Pop Culture Mass. He hosted a live stream. We're probably going to try to do those commentaries on movies, maybe a couple times a month. We did Iced on a watch-along. This movie's fun. This movie has like my 80s, 90s kid VHS rental store heart. The movie actually found out was shot on 16 millimeter. This was not shot on video. This is a DeGausser film, so it didn't come with the subscriber. It's a partner label or a sub label. But it was not shot on videotape. It was edited on videotape. It was shot on 16 millimeter. So in order to save money, what they would do is shoot on 16 millimeter, and if they didn't have money, they would put it all over to videotape and then edit the videotape. So they are working here with a restoration from a videotape source. They don't have the 16 millimeter to work with. If they did, I'm sure it would look amazing. You'd probably get full screen. You would get a different aspect ratio. it would look great. They could make it look great. Not as much as 35 millimeter, but they could make it look great. We get a VHS transfer here, and it's best it's going to be for right now, unless somebody comes across that print, which probably doesn't exist if they put it over to videotape. But it just reminds me of that. It reminds me of being a kid in the 80s and going into a video rental store when you had no idea, like when people were making a lot of straight to video stuff and just selling it directly to video rental stores. And you would go in and all you had was this cover art and a blurb or two on the back, and you picked it and you went home and it was schlock. It was slasher knockoff with boobs and blood and a ridiculous killer. That's what you got here. It takes me back to that. It's so much fun. It's absolutely... Is it a good movie? No, it's not a good movie. Is it a fun movie? Hell yes, it is a fun movie, especially if you watch it with friends and you're like hamming it up and you're joking and you're pointing out the bullshit and the ridiculousness and all of that. It is endearing and it is fun and it is nostalgic. High recommend Ice. High recommend. So much fun. This group, it's a snow slasher. They're at a ski lodge. Shit goes down. They're really filming this in the snow in January. People are freezing their clusters off. All of that is real. It's a low budget thing they had to throw in together to make it gritty style. I love that stuff. Ridiculous kills, ridiculous dialogue, ridiculous hair, ridiculous sex scenes and nudity. Ridiculous fun. Iced, it comes in at number 2 on my list. And that just leaves one, and this one shocked me. I really enjoyed the hell out of this movie. I am talking about Curse of the Devil. This one comes in at number 1 for me. This is a Paul Naschy film. This is where he's playing a werewolf again. He played a werewolf many times throughout his career. Valdemar Daninsky, he played that character or a descendant of that character a lot, right? And there's a reason why that's probably the biggest on here, because it is the best movie in this package, in my opinion. But I had so much fun with it. And when you talk, this movie is like if you take a Hammer horror film and a classic Universal horror film, mix them together, and then shake them up with some like 80s, 70s, and 80s American nudity and some Euro trash nudity and sexual situations, mix them all up together and roll it out. You get this. I mean, you get straight up like devil worshippers doing satanic sex rituals where they literally are butt naked, assuming the position for guys in basically gimp costumes. And then down the line, we get every girl within the general vicinity of Paul Naschy's character dropping her panties for him and liking it. And all the while, who is killing people? Is it a werewolf? Is it the devil? Is it the witch? Is it a witch? Like, is it these people that did these satanic rites? What is it? What is the curse? What's going on? Who's the bad guy? Who's the good guy? I don't want to spoil it all, so I'm just kind of talking in circles on it just a little bit. Plenty of nudity, plenty of classic werewolf and classic monster vibes, Hammer vibes, Universal vibes, Euro trash vibes, 80s sexy horror vibes thrown in here. Plenty of TNA, plenty of fun. Paul Naschy, I have gotten really into him. Like, I had seen some of his stuff before, but this movie made me go back and start watching everything I could get my hands on. Count Dracula's Great Love, I can highly recommend. That one's from Vinegar Syndrome. Plenty of TNA in that one too. But this one, I don't know, man. Maybe it just hit me right. I had so much fun. It looked good. It's a little rough at the beginning, like where they were shooting. It was like very harsh conditions. It has an English dub that is really good. It's a really good English dub. I had so much fun with it. I think you will too. I would highly recommend it. I would recommend these because for a good price, you're going to get 3 movies, 2 movies, great packaging. Street Trash, I think you appreciate what they've done here and those effects. Of course, Iced was so much fun. And Virtuosity, the VSUs, I always recommend those. Overall, it was it was a great month, but that included me picking up a couple of things as I'm looking at it. Two of my top 5 movies were not in the subscriber sale. That was Virtuosity and Iced. These were 2 of my top 5. Actually, these were 2 of my top 3. And they were not in the subscriber package. So those had to be bought extra. So if you're looking at subscriber package, this is what you got from the subscriber sale. Now, that's technically 6 movies because it's 2 movies, 3 movies, a movie. So technically 6 movies, 3 packages. That's what you got for the subscriber sale. And honestly, like, what is it? There's 5 movies here. 3 of them are hits for me. 3 of the 5 are hits. Which from Nepal I will watch again. The only one I would never care to watch again really is The Demon Witch Child. I couldn't make it through it. It's like blades in my ears. And Deranged is just not my type of horror. It's just a little too like grisly, and it's just not my type of horror. It's too heavy. It's just not mine. Okay. But that doesn't mean you can't like it. Like, it's just not one that I'm going to sit and watch again and again. It's too heavy. But that's what came in the subscriber package. So I would definitely, I'm not going to recommend for you something I don't like, even if I think it's great. But I can tell you, you might like it. And the 4K is extremely good quality. So that part I can tell you. Sorry, I got light changing color over here. That part I can tell you. These 2 I would recommend you pick up. 2 bangers on this one. 1 banger on this one I just really enjoyed, and the other one you probably will like too. And then Street Trash I recommend picking up while you can, and of course Iced and Virtuosity. But that is how it is. The other one I would just tread lightly with the Canyons. You got to just like that shit if you're going to buy it. Or, if you got it for $12, $13 like I did, I mean, it's not really that big of a gamble. I know somebody in the movie is what it is. But that is the Vinegar Syndrome first month wrap up. That's everything I got in here. But I got another package coming as we're here at the end of February. So we'll be opening the next one here soon and starting on the next journey. Now, I bought several things in there too. So in anything, I mentioned that I was going to probably pick up Dracula Sucks. That's from the Melusine site. I don't know how much I could really review that on here other than like the cable cut version of that. But so I'm going to be getting that package soon, and we'll start this over again. And you guys tell me if you'd like me to get in a little more in-depth on some during the month. I can do that. Otherwise, I'll pick like 1 or 2 to do. One probably to do a review video on by itself. I'll do the opening so you can see everything I got. And at the end of the month, I'll do the wrap up and the rankings. And we'll kind of keep track of it. And you guys can decide if you want to try to be a Vinegar Syndrome subscriber yourself. They have a half-year subscription that's going to come soon, too. So, take the plunge maybe, or maybe not. You can watch me and find out. Let me take it for you. I may never take it again either. I don't know. We'll see. But I really did have some fun this month, and I had fun sharing it with you guys. But that's what I got for you this time. We do everything here. We do these kind of reviews. We do unboxings. We're covering my Vinegar Syndrome stuff. We do lists, recommendation list, 4K reviews from a fan and filmmaker's perspective, all that kind of stuff, physical media news, all of it. We do it all here. We don't get down to one thing. We do it all because I love movies, and it is all of it. So we do it all here. If that's something that you like, please help us out by liking and subscribing. And if you want to help support the channel further, you can join at my Patreon link or right here on YouTube. You're going to get your name and lights on every single video. You're going to get behind-the-scenes looks at my filmmaking, and you're going to get special members-only videos. Maybe I can review the Melusine pickups from Vinegar Syndrome over there. Who knows? But until next time, be kind, rewind like always. This is Chase with AV Pop Culture, and I'll see you real soon. Bye-bye. Oh, yeah, the shirt. You guys going to ask me about the shirt until the shop comes up. You got to email me at avawithchase@gmail.com. And that's how we're ordering the shirts right now till I can get it all set up. All right. Bye-bye.
I know.